Our mission is to meet patients where they are. We always say that the patient is the driver of the car, and we want to make sure that we meet them where they are and we reach what their goals are. That looks different for all of our patients, and that's a big part of our education at Beloit Regional Hospice, that we're asking the family what they want, we're asking the patient what they want, and we're able to provide that at end of life. I always say end of life is not an acute event that happens. It's a process.
As chaplain with Beloit Regional Hospice, it's a spiritual component, but it's not necessarily all of that. I've sat and played checkers with patients, done dishes for patients. Just the gamut covers the broad sense of being supportive and kind to someone.
My early years were spent in long-term care. Long-term care is often being with, taking care, assisting people at their end of life. I found that time that I was spending with those residents or patients and their families to be an important time. It sounds weird, but there is some reward in helping people through the toughest times in their lives.
Every person is different, really. So the patients feel certain things, you know, sometimes their family's feeling the same way, sometimes they're feeling the exact opposite way. And then after the person dies in our program, the range of emotions that the family members and loved ones have is also wide-reaching. People can feel relieved when someone has passed. They're no longer suffering in their mind. They can feel guilt, regret for different things, sadness, obviously. All of that is normal. There's no reason not to feel those things. You feel how you feel, and that's it.
We feel very privileged to be able to have the opportunity to be invited into their home and help them reach their goals at end of life.
You have help when you come into the world, so why shouldn't you have people around you making you comfortable and being helpful at the end of your life?
Just being the CNA was just, it felt like home, you know, and I've stayed there for a long time, and there's a reason, because people need, you know, they need people to help them, and just people there for the right reasons.
I've had multiple family members use Beloit Regional Hospice, and they're just the best. My grandpa, you know, is one of them that had probably the best care he could have possibly gotten.
To be able to see from that lens of a family member what work they are really doing in the homes is it's exceptional.
We really couldn't do what we do in the homes or as an organization without each team member.
They make it very obvious that they value us as a part of the team, and that we provide something for the patients and the families that they really respect and appreciate.
I was hospitalized, and I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and I had wonderful CNAs and nurses to take care of me. And after I got out, that's what I really wanted to do, was to be a part of a team like that.
Because we're dealing with death and dying, it's difficult for the staff, and so we do things like bereavement, and it's my job to make sure that they have those things that they need.
We do bond with our patients and our family members. You know, sometimes, unfortunately, we only have the patient for a few days. Sometimes we have the patient for well over a year. Can you imagine being with someone for, you know, over a year and then they pass? That's a very emotional thing for people.
That was full circle, was when I was pregnant with her. Having them rub on my belly, you know, knowing that there was a life coming in and there was another life going out.
Even with the component of veterans that have either served in wartime situations, they too have that, am I going to go to heaven for what I did? You know, there's no book, no instruction book on this thing called life. And so with this, just to provide the assurances to them that they did well.
There's people that I've met that I've gotten so close to And it's just a really special feeling to know that you, for whatever reason, your worlds collided and you know, it really meant something to them. It means something to me. There's just a lot of people I'll never forget.